me.
At least you found him in your
Yes.
dream.
Yes, there's sometimes that I can't find, when I turn around and somebody's gone that's been with me in a dream and they're just, not there and I can't find them. But this one was just like such a relief that I found him. But we were on the train going in the wrong direction.
That doesn't matter. You found him.
Yes, I found him. Hey,
You found your
guys.
husband, and I'm making demons cry. Really good dreams lately.
Yes. Yeah. We'll just completely skip over the other one because that was just morbid.
Yeah, I've been having really crazy dreams as well. I think that's just the norm right now. Just absolutely insane dreams.
Mhm.
And for any of our audience out there, if you want to share your crazy dreams with us,
Yes.
because it seems to be.
I'm gonna eat the chocolate cake.
Ooh. I'm jealous. I want some chocolate cake.
Yes. Well, my daughter made us shrimp, like a shrimp Alfredo, but she did the shrimp in cayenne pepper and some other spices.
Okay.
And oh my God, we were all like, our eyes were watering while she was cooking it. And we're like, open the windows. And we're all like, but it was really good.
I'll bet.
We're down in Connecticut at my daughter's house because she had daddy do list for my husband.
So how's retirement going?
It's been busy, but it's very nice not to really have to get my ass out of bed. I can sleep until 8 or 9. And then get up and exercise and then get to my writing, which, has not occurred this weekend because I've been watching Little Munchkins.
You'll get there. You've got to find your new routine.
Yes. Yeah. And it's getting there.
Right now it's about the freedom and figuring out what you want to do. And then once you settle into your routine, the writing will hopefully fall in line too.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten some words down on the new book. But my Kickstarter went live this week. So on Thursday I kicked that off and I funded. Yay!
That's awesome.
Yay me!
We've talked about Kickstarter a few times. So
yes.
Maybe just to reiterate, what did you do for this one? Because you said it funded already, which is amazing. So what steps did you take to get it set up?
Well, I mean, since the debacle of the last one, let's put it that way. Since the debacle, I sort of toyed with doing the special edition of the paperback. And I had a call for people to follow me for that. And I wasn't getting followers. So I don't think paperbacks, even special edition paperbacks, are big things on Kickstarters. It's more the hardcovers that people are looking for.
Because those are the truly special.
Yes. Yeah. So instead of going through, one of the companies that does the fancy schmancy stuff, I decided to do a cover through Ingram Spark and do color pages and just have some of the bells and whistles that way instead of, the foil and the sprayed edges.
Okay.
So I toned it down a little bit, but I also released my new book through this. So the second book in the series is part of this. So Hunter's Moon is released with the Kickstarter. It won't be out in the wild until January.
I like that, in the wild.
In the wild. And this version of the duet will not be published anywhere else.
Okay, so they can only get it then through the Kickstarter. She made it truly exclusive. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the duet, I will do it at some point in a different mock-up. It won't be color. It won't have some of the bells and whistles inside, and it certainly won't have my digital signature. For future when I release that into the wild.
Okay.
But yeah.
And so how long did it take to fund? Like that, you said it funded the same day. Like
I kicked it off. It must have been like, okay, hold on, I got to think about this because it's like I exercised and it came up, and and I launched it. I sent out all the things on Facebook and my newsletter, took a shower, came back and looked, and it was funded.
Holy crap.
Yes. So I think probably within 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. And two of the big tiers, you know, so somebody wants to name a character in my book. So so I had two big tiers and then a bunch of small ones. Now it's in that quiet period that they always talk about. The first 2 days are big ones, and then it kind of goes into a lull until the last 2 days. So
okay.
I didn't have all 50 followers like I wanted to, but I wanted to get this out. I didn't want to wait until December and not get it out before January.
Right.
So at this point, I will get paid in November, and the books will go out in December.
So for Christmas then?
Yes, I'm hoping that I can get them out and get them in people. Well, since I'm doing Ingram Spark, when I order, it's probably another month before they get it anyway.
Oh,
but at least I can say, you know,
closer. Yeah, closer.
It's been ordered. Woohoo!
That's pretty cool, though. I like that. I'm glad that you're able to get that going, that it funded, that things were working like they're supposed to.
Yeah, and I did low cost items, so all of my extras are digital extras.
Okay.
So it was, you know, that is just space on a, you know, Google Drive for me, and making sure that I have the PDFs out there for people to download. So it's pretty much a low cost option, which, you know, they suggested doing for some of the first ones instead of doing the print runs and things like that. So
plus, the more things you have in the works, the more things can go wrong or take too long.
Right. And I've already uploaded the book. I've already got it approved, so it's just sitting there.
Waiting for the money to hit print.
Yep, it's sitting there. Yep, exactly. And you know, so
well,
that.
Congratulations! That's awesome.
Thank you. That really blew my mind. I did not expect it to go that smoothly. Now, hopefully, I won't have people dumping out at the end, which I've seen happen.
Now, how long does your Kickstarter run for?
I did 17 days.
Okay.
So it'll be done on the 24th.
Okay.
So it's, you know, before Thanksgiving. And then on Black Friday, I have a sale on one of my books anyway. So then I have to turn and go, okay, I need to promo this.
That's right. Black Friday is coming up.
Yes.
I don't know what happened to this year.
I don't know either.
And wow, Black Friday is going to be here before we know it. Thanksgiving is going to be here before we know it. Christmas.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
instant panic attack right now. Like, holy crap. Oh no.
Yep. And I'm like, I have 2 cruises.
Nice.
One in December, one in January. So it's like back to back. Our friends talked us into the January one.
Where are you going?
That one we're going a Western Caribbean one, which we've never been.
Okay.
So I guess Cozumel, Roatan, and a couple other places that, you know. And then the December one's just a short one to the Bahamas and back. That Vicky and my daughter and her husband and kids are going with us. Okay. And Darren's brother was the one who invited us on that one. So we're like, yeah, let's go.
Sounds good.
Which is nice.
Yeah. Something I know we've talked about it, and I don't think either of us have done it, but something I heard in, you know, the internet, the news, was that Kindle is going to be getting rid of Kindle Vella. Is that going to affect you at all? Did you ever actually jump into it?
No, I never jumped into Kindle Vella because I don't want to release chapters that aren't edited.
Fair enough.
And I didn't want to write a book and then and then cut it up into chapters for that. I'm a little bit less patient, I should say. once I get it done, I want it out there,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
I want it out, and then I can focus on the next one. So that's my mentality. And yes, I mean, I've thought about that, Kindle Vella. I've thought about Ream, which is another thing, and I just have never stepped into that, chapter or, seen releases, I guess.
It was like out in left field question, but you had mentioned like January, and I was like, oh wait, that's when they're canceling it, isn't it? Or it's either January or early February. It's the
Yes.
beginning of next year, and
Yeah.
it's as far as I've seen, there's a lot of people really upset about it.
Yeah, but Amazon is a business. Yeah. Amazon's a business, and if it's not, Reem has some drama too. Yes.
Do tell.
Yeah. What have I heard? Something about their pricing model. I just sort of been on the peripheral of it, and I've heard about that. So Anita, if you know more of the drama, just pipe it into the chat. But I've heard some of it, but I haven't really been paying a lot of attention because I don't use that avenue.
It's not a new business model. It was back when Kindle started Vella.
Yeah.
I felt like they were late to the game because there were already other people doing it.
Right.
And as much as I wanted to jump in and try it, I always had that don't do it in the back of my mind. And seeing that they're shutting it down, I'm kind of glad I didn't. Although from what I understand, they are letting authors take, the full rights of all their stuff.
That's
be able
good.
to publish it as a full ebook, whatever.
Yeah.
But
there were too many restrictions.
Another revenue stream that authors were now used to doing if that was their preference.
Right. Yes, but if they aren't seeing the returns in it,
Amazon isn't seeing the
returns. If Amazon's not seeing the returns, and it didn't look like they were, obviously if they were seeing the returns, it would still be on. Yeah.
Oh, a coup. I love that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the AI. I heard about the AI.
AI has disrupted a lot of things.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Anita. Yeah, I mean, they did it with some of the other stuff that they launched just to see if it would work. And they changed the whole Kindle Unlimited too. You used to, get a price per download versus per page.
Yeah, the per page thing, which is a fluctuating number as it is.
Yes, and I mean, maybe they've gotten better at it, but I didn't have a lot of
my issue with Kindle Unlimited was the requirement of exclusivity.
Yes.
And it was only for indies because other, the big 5 publishers didn't have that same contract.
Right.
Which kills, again, the author's ability to earn money if you have to choose one or the other.
Right.
And if you have to go Kindle Unlimited, you're putting all of your eggs in Amazon's basket, and you can no longer have, Apple, you can no longer have Kobo, none of the other outlets that are more used in different areas of the world could be accessible.
Right. And God forbid your book was pirated and put onto another site, they could shut you down.
Yep.
And it's just like, and they did.
Yeah.
They shut accounts down. But yeah, it just, I don't know. Sorry, I'm going to take a bite.
No. I want the chocolate cake too, dang it.
It's mocking me. Oh, shit.
So I guess it's not surprising that they're shutting down. It's just disappointing that they're shutting that down.
Yes. And being in Vella, they put limitations on the authors as well, because you couldn't publish it at the same time. So it's like exclusivity.
Right? Just tie your hands behind your back and then tie your fingers together at the same time.
Yep. and you had to wait a certain amount of time, I thought, between, the last chapter on Bella and when you can pull it and publish it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of stupid. So maybe the restrictions that they put on it made it so that it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. But the restrictions probably made it not profitable for them. If they didn't have all those restrictions and had it as another avenue for some, for readers to choose, then maybe that wouldn't have been so damning.
I have always wondered that about Amazon, why they're so restrictive even within their own products. You would think having more options available for choice would be better overall profit-wise.
Yeah.
And they want to funnel everyone into one little avenue and that's it. And it doesn't always work that way.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
So they did make that change at least.
Good. Good. So lessons. Yeah.
It is spilling ink, so I got to show off the new ink.
Yes. 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 Yeah, she's trying not to itch it. But if she's like, I was like, that's just a. Yes, it's still there, Katie.
It's right at the end of the healing phase, so it is still a little bit itchy.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Yeah. They do have a monopoly, whether we want to admit it or not.
They do. They do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Amazon expected the authors to do that part for them.
Right. Right.
Yeah. They figured, the authors are going to be the ones talking about their books. That's going to promote our product. We don't have to put any money into it. And we can take all the money out of it. Yay!
Yeah, but the Amazon client, that was a case where the Amazon didn't really know their clients, because Amazon clients wants things now, not subscription pay by show. Think about, Prime. They dump all the series or at least half of it in one chunk, not serial week by week. So I think they sort of fell short of what their client base is.
Yeah.
Versus people who go to Patreon or who go to Ream or who go to that are there for serial installments. So,
busting their asses to make us money after all we did for them.
Yes. Yeah. So, how have you done any writing? I take that as a no.
My brain is broken.
I've got a few hundred words down since I finished the last book, but
Amazon cries into their literal mountains of money in every currency.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no.
I picture Jeff Bezos like Scrooge McDuck swimming through his money in the big vault.
Yes, I think so. I think you're right. And
then there's us poor little authors. Please, sir, can I have another?
Yep. Yeah. Well, I specifically waited because I was going to do it in the beginning of November. But I waited until after the election. Because yes, there's still, a whole lot of stuff going on, but at least there is a direction and for the country, and we won't go into politics. But waiting until after the election, I think that maybe had something to do with how fast I funded too.
I think you're right there too. I noticed
sales were like shitty until
until
the later this week. Yes.
I do social media for one of my clients, and I had
Mhm.
noticed 2 weeks prior to the election,
Yep.
like, all
Uh,
views on everything and sales
just halt.
started tanking.
Yep.
And then a day or 2 after is
Yep.
when things started picking back up. It's like, okay, now people can pay attention to something else, or maybe they really need a distraction.
Yep. Yeah, one or the other. Yep, exactly, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there's relief or strife. And either way, now they're looking for something else to keep their attention.
Mhm.
So, you know, and yes, I went the day after the election results came out, um, versus, you know, versus waiting at all, but I wanted it to be done this month.
Yeah, no,
I
I
want
get it.
I want my viewers to have a chance of getting it by Christmas. Um,
Makes sense. It
you
makes total
know,
sense.
yep, and
And I
because
you said it funded, like, I think you were on the right track there.
yeah, yeah, and it was like, okay, and I haven't noticed a lot of people pushing the launch button at this stage of the game. I think they're waiting a little longer. So I was like, maybe this is the right time. So hopefully those pledges stay because sometimes, you know,
Mm,
pledges go away at certain points, but hopefully they will stay.
fingers
Um,
crossed. Can
yes,
you
and
end it early if it's funded?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm not sure. um, I I I wouldn't I wouldn't want to at this point because I've said 17 days.
Okay.
Um, it's a little bit longer than maybe a lot of people do like the 10-day or 7-day, but I decided no, I'm going to do the 17 days. It's not 21 and it's not you know, lower. Um, it's right in the sweet spot from what I've been told.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll
Fingers
see.
crossed. I mean,
Yes.
it's positive so far.
Yeah, positive so far. I don't have a lot of people, but I have enough, obviously.
Mhm.
And you know, if people want to name a character in a book, you can get it done off a Kickstarter, and I will honor it
There you
because I
go.
have lots of creatures in this new book.
That's always
It's
a
the
fun thing to do.
yes,
Give it, give something back to the readers, let them
yep,
choose a name or a character or,
yep.
something fun that they can be like, "I was a part of this."
Yeah, at one point I thought, oh, maybe I'll let them, you know, pick the color of their cover. But then I'm like, "Oh, that's too
No.
much. That's
No.
too much. That's too many copies, too many ISBNs that will kill me."
Yeah. Yeah, that
Um,
would be crazy.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've got 2 versions of Wolf Moon out there. One of them isn't live to the public,
Okay.
um, because that was the special edition, original special edition.
Mm.
Um, you know, sorry. I have a lot of people upstairs, and I have no idea what the hell they're doing.
World War III is breaking out upstairs.
No, it sounds like people are dancing.
Oh, fun.
I don't know. They
You're
got
missing party.
they have the yes, I'm missing a intense game of hand and foot. My daughter-in-law and I are not playing. I felt bad because I was coming onto the show. Sorry, people,
Aw.
but I kinda did because there's couples here. And the, you know, kids are in bed, so we couldn't just, you know, pirate one of the kids.
So now going into November, since we obviously have to be thinking towards the end of the year, what are you gonna do for Black Friday for to will it help promote the Kickstarter? Is there a tier on your Kickstarter that links
No,
into Black Friday? I'm just trying
no.
to think of, like, all the different ways to, like
Black Friday is an after, but I actually do have Shades of Night as part the hardcover for Shades of Night or the paperbacks for Shades of Night, which is, you know, Youngblood, um, Wicked Heart, Crooked Mind, Crooked Soul, Tainted Mind. like which does he freaking order? But I have those. Yeah, I could. Those are part of the Kickstarter. As you know, some of the higher tiers, you get Wolf Moon. I mean, the Moonlight series. You get the Shades of Night series, and you get Pack Magic because they're all in the same world.
Okay.
So yeah, I could roll that because Wicked Heart is going to be 99 cents on Black Friday. So, but yeah,
only a couple weeks away now.
I know. It's just like, oh my gosh. And I got the Black Friday deal on this, my new computer. So that's good. Yeah, my husband and I decided to get computers. So
that's a good idea.
Yes. My other one wasn't running without being plugged in. I'm like, yeah, I think it's time. I've only had it since 2017.
It's had a good life.
Yes, it has. It has. It's still alive. It's still plugged in at home. But this one's smaller. I went smaller and lighter.
Okay. As long as it can still do everything you need.
Oh my God, yes. It's much faster. And it has the same amount of storage, so that's good.
I think Rebecca might be talking about something different.
Anita, I do have some stretch goals.
Okay, explain to me like a 5-year-old.
A stretch goal is, I haven't put dollar targets out there really, but it's when you hit certain targets, you get something else. And I've got more of the digital rewards as stretch goals. What are you all yelling about? Stretch goals?
I think they're playing a drinking game over at Rebecca's house. How many times can they get you to say it?
Yes. No, yeah. The music is playing very loud upstairs. But it's actually better than hearing them talk smack about cards.
All right, so stretch goals. Explain it like a 5-year-old.
Stretch goals are when you hit certain markers in price, how much you've made in the campaign, you add more goals in. So you add more things like digital rewards, or in some cases, if I was going with, an outside thing and getting a print run, you'd add like the color, the foil, or the colored edges, or I think some of them have like a ribbon attached to the book.
Bookmark ribbon.
Bookmark ribbon, and you can add more colored art and things like that. So yes, you did break my brain has been broken all week. Sleep deprivation does that. I've been watching a 3 and 7-year-old for like 4 hours today. Did that.
It's fun though.
Yes, it was very fun, but my God, children are very tiring.
Yes, they are.
When you're not used to them.
Even when you are used to them, they're very tiring.
Yeah, okay. So,
Hunter's newest thing is to try and beat me up now.
Yeah.
I go to MMA and he doesn't, but he likes to try and fight me.
Okay.
So every day I get ambushed by Hunter. And it always ends the same, with me basically pinning him down and tickling him.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell him, I'm like, I'm the final boss. When you beat me, you've won.
Yeah.
So every day he pretty much tries to ambush me, and it ends in a tickle fight.
That's funny. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tiring.
Yep. 3 is a tough age.
Yes. Although they let us sleep this morning,
Oh, good.
which is very good. You know, when they came, it was, I think, 7:30 when they came in. Yes,
Quiet's a bad thing, Rebecca.
yes, yes. It is very, very bad. That's when you go in. That's when you go investigate. When they're screaming and yelling at each other, it's good. But when it's quiet, it's like, oh no.
Mhm.
Yes. Aw. Yeah. So, but yes. So I'm in a uprooted room. All the desks are cluttered together because they're doing shelving.
But it's gonna look really cool when it's all done.
See the
That
shelf?
is, I mean, that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. My husband did that with my daughter today. So, and it goes all the way around the room.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. And
Nice home
yesterday he
office.
did the shiplap up by the fireplace. So yes, I have watched them. So maybe that's, I'm taking on their exhaustion. Ah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I was just reading Rebecca's thing on her 3-year-old. Yep. Sits next to her and writes and stuff. Yeah. So I just had to corral the kids so that today, because down here there was nails and
Mhm.
nail guns and stuff like that. Yesterday, at least the kids weren't here when we were doing doing that. Oh. So yeah.
Busy,
But
busy. That's your retirement. You're building stuff now and watching kids.
I'm watching my husband build stuff. Or sitting and doing, my advertising and trying to make banners and things like that yesterday. So I had a lot of time to do that, while they were pounding and making lots of noise and sighing and
Mm,
stuff. So yeah, I can't do that though.
That's carrying around them by their ankles.
Yeah, they're at this point a little too heavy for me to do that without throwing out my back. So, but yeah, grabbing them around the waist and carrying them, bent over your arm is fun. So,
Ay, ay, ay.
yeah,
I do miss that age, though. I do miss it. It's a crazy age,
yes,
but I do sometimes miss that.
yes, it's crazy, especially when they get hangry. My
Mine
grandson
still
got
gets
hungry
hangry.
today. My
Sheldon
grandson got
still gets
hungry
hangry.
today. But yeah, they're a lot of fun to have around.
Mhm.
Um, don't get a lot of productivity when you have little kids.
Nope.
Yeah, sleep ragey. Yes, yes. My granddaughter never wants to go to bed. She never wants to sleep. Oh yes. So,
Yeah.
but there's nothing like walking in the house and have her go, Nana, just like that, and run towards me. It's just like there's nothing in the world
Aw.
better. And being so excited about seeing Nana. So yeah. So, and it's nice because Darren's like, oh, let's just go early. Like, okay. So the perks of being retired from a day job.
Enjoy it. Enjoy all of it.
Oh, I am, but my mind is mush. As I said, I don't freaking know what day it is.
Yeah, you gotta have some routine to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Or a pillbox. Like, oh yeah, it's this day. And you just hope like hell you didn't miss a day.
Yes, that's one way to do it.
That's pretty much what we're doing now. Or once we look at the phone, it tells us the day.
Mm.
Uh, yes.
I live by my calendar. That rules my life.
I normally do, and holy God, maybe if I had looked at my calendar before I left the house on Wednesday morning, I would have been okay.
Always check your calendar.
Yes, yes. And it was the one time I didn't, and I'm like, because the night before I'm like, we gotta get up in the morning. We gotta get up in the morning, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We gotta get up in the morning. No, we didn't. It's like I bet you I could write that into a character though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good comical moment right there.
Yes, yes. I've had a lot of those lately. This not exercising my brain on a daily basis or not, exhausting my brain on a daily basis has made it so that I'm less motivated to write. I'm more motivated to read.
Okay.
I've been reading a lot.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but I do have 2 editing things slotted for next year. So
Well,
I do.
deadlines have always worked for you.
Yes, yes, because if otherwise I would just be like, "Yeah, I'll get to it." I have 120 covers that I have to write for. I'll get to it someday.
Yes, someday.
Yes, yes. I'll connect with you and we'll write that story someday.
Someday. We keep saying it.
I'm more open to it now, but it's just like, yeah, because I don't have to worry about the day job.
Right. But you've got to get yourself into your own pattern, your own routine. You got to first enjoy the fact that you're retired.
Yes.
And then you'll settle into something, that works with your writing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
Oh, good job, Anita.
Yeah.
Send some of that motivation our way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I said, I've been reading a lot. I mean, I've read some fantastic stories, and I probably shouldn't be reading in the genre right now, the romancy, because that's what I'm writing.
Okay.
Normally, I try to read in something other than what I'm writing.
Interesting.
But it's just like, yeah, I've been doing a lot of that, and it's like, okay.
Read what you like, write what you like.
Exactly.
If it's working, don't break it.
Yes. But I have to I've probably got to read. I started reading Stephen King's The Dark Tower series because our friends brought it over to us so that we could read it, and I just couldn't get into the first book.
Oh.
His writing is so, I don't know. It's descriptive, but it's like overkill now. At least in that. So that's not his normal horror, which gets under your skin pretty quickly. This is sort of a build-up. Like, it's just not hooking. And I'm like, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's such a great, series and all that." And I'm like, it's like, I don't want to read something that feels like pulling teeth. I just don't want to do it.
That feeling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
And it's 7 books, 6 books, 7 books.
Don't torture yourself then. Find something you're happy reading.
Yep, exactly. And it's like, but if it is really that good of a series and kicks off after a certain amount of, you know what I'm saying. It's like, am I missing out on it? And then I'm like, oh, but I have to go through this pain. And it's amazing how we have gotten to the, instant gratification point. All the social media, everything.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, you gotta hit the ground running.
Yeah.
To keep attention. And I'm like, I'm finding that in this. You know, it's like, and I love Stephen King. Stephen King was one of my favorite horror writers. I absolutely loved his books. But I'm gotten used to, you know, the books that kick off in something that makes sense and that, you know, grabs me and drags me along instead of me struggling page after page and reading the same freaking paragraph over and over like
Yeah.
so yeah.
I say don't force yourself. If it's just not working, it's just not working. What
Sorry.
is going on over there?
Somebody's singing and it's like not very pretty.
Your face said it all.
Yeah, it's just like who's dying up there? At least they're not jumping on the floor. Because I would feel that. So anyhow.
I mean, it's the same thing like with you're always telling me to get into Supernatural. I feel it's the
Yes.
same thing. I've tried to slog through because I'm very linear about what I do. I can't just
Mhm.
jump into season 4. I need
Mhm.
to learn the backstory. But every
Mhm.
time I try and slog through those early seasons, I'm like, I just don't want to. And it still sits in my list. But
Mhm.
everybody loves it and is telling me I'm missing out on it. And I'm like, it's just not working.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. The second and third season picks up a little bit better than the first. The first is more like campy horror,
Mhm.
you know.
I get what you're saying because it's the same thing
Yeah.
for me. Like, I want to like it, everybody else likes it,
Yes.
but I'm
Yeah.
torturing myself trying to get through episodes.
Yep.
It's not working for me. The characters are fine, it's not doing it for me.
Yeah. I started watching Mayfair Witches.
Oh, that's the Anne Rice one. Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think we watched 4 of them. We binge watched 4 on that Wednesday night. The Wednesday night that I screwed up on the car appointment. um, yeah, so because he's like, I said, "Do you want to watch a movie?" He goes, "No, I don't really want to watch a movie." And he goes, "Are there any series things out there?" I said, "I don't know. Let's take a look." And I said, "I want to. I've heard this is pretty good, and it's actually pretty true to what I remember of the book." Um,
Yeah, it's okay.
you know,
It's
at
a close
least
approximation.
yeah. So I'm like, I read the book, he didn't. So he was
Mhm.
like, okay. And we just let it go. And then, you know, then we had to sleep because we were like going on 3 hours of sleep. um, but yeah, it's just like we're at the point of, okay, let's find something to watch. And
Did
I'm
you ever
like, I
watch
don't want to watch sports.
did you ever watch the Sandman
No.
on Netflix? I think it's
Sandman?
on Netflix.
No.
That's a good one. That's a Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
That one is very interesting. Not all of the episodes are great.
Okay.
There's like maybe 2 episodes I could have done without, but for the
Okay.
most part, it was pretty interesting. And I
Okay.
enjoyed the show watching it.
Yeah. There was another one, I forget what the name of it was. I started watching it because everybody said it was good and it just couldn't get into it. And I watched like 3 episodes. And I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't doing it for me.
Yeah, it's
So,
gotta keep you hooked.
yep, yep. So, yeah. So like listening to 80s music.
Sounds to me like you're missing out on a really good party. Oh, Dead Boy Detectives. I heard that one got canceled for the next season. I haven't watched
Okay.
it yet, but, apparently Neil Gaiman's in hot water, and a lot of
Oh,
his shows are being cut or,
okay.
um, they're backing out of production. But I heard Dead Boy Detectives is done. That one's not coming back. I haven't watched it yet, but it does link to the Sandman. I know that for sure. It's on my list of things to check out.
Yeah, I think I've seen, the previews for that. So, yeah.
It did get canceled.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if the whole Neil Gaiman being in trouble is going to cause Good Omens to be cut.
Oh, that's the one that I started watching that I just couldn't get into.
Yeah, that one, it's not for everyone.
Right.
It's interesting, but it's not for everyone.
Yeah, I tried and tried and tried, and I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't doing it.
That was the one that Neil Gaiman wrote with Terry Pratchett.
Okay.
So it's kind of wild and crazy and campy and interesting. But it's not for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And I still haven't watched Doctor Who, so maybe I can watch that.
Unless you're prepared to go down the full rabbit hole, don't.
Maybe. If it gives something fresh and new, then that could work.
I would say if you do that, you have to start off with Christopher Eccleston's Doctor Who.
Okay.
And then watch it through David Tennant and Matt Smith, and then decide if you want to continue, because after that is where it starts to get
repetitive.
No, not repetitive. It's just
okay.
The beauty of Doctor Who is that it was campy, fun sci-fi that didn't take itself too seriously.
Okay.
And when they started taking themselves a little too seriously,
it got okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh and new.
Yeah, and old and cynical and timey-wimey.
See, I liked Christopher Eccleston's. They each doctor brings a new dynamic to the show.
Okay.
Is what keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
He only did 1 season, and then David Tennant came in and did 3 seasons, and the difference between the two of them was great.
Yeah.
And then Matt Smith came in, brought a whole new fresh take on it, but it was still campy, fun sci-fi that didn't take itself too seriously.
Right.
You could just enjoy it. And then they started, like I said, taking themselves too seriously with it. And it was just like, and now we're ruining the fun part of it.
Well, I mean, I watched Walking Dead and it was great for a couple seasons. And then it started the repetitive storyline, repetitive. And we just was like, peace out. I'm done. I don't care about the characters anymore. You didn't give me anything new. It's the same old, next scene, next thing. But it wasn't anything fresh or new in each show. So far, The Witcher has given us new storylines.
Is there a new one yet? Is the new season out yet for that one?
No, it's coming, I think, in 2025 or 2026. So yeah, that's because it was just like, okay, it's the same bad guy, same situation. The Boys seems to be starting to get repetitive.
Oh, yeah. The Boys got the first couple seasons were really good, and then Anita, do you remember if it was Chris Chibnall that came in after Matt Smith's doctor changed to, and I can't remember the other name, or if it was when they brought, I can't remember the woman's name either, because I think that's when the writing started getting weird, was the Chibnall era on that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Has one plot line, and they keep following it with different names and different web. Yep.
Yes. That was The Walking Dead. Yeah.
I've heard that said about The Walking Dead quite a bit. I never watched it because I don't like zombies, but
yeah. Sorry.
You don't like zombies. Zombies. Yeah. It's the one monster I actually get scared of.
The Walking Dead zombies didn't get me.
Was Jodie Whittaker's doctor writer. Okay. Then what was it? The one before? It's gonna drive me nuts because I know they tried to bring that writer back again for the newest incarnation, and this last season just was
blue.
No, I didn't like it. I liked the character. I liked the doctor. I liked the companion. I did not like any of the stories at all.
Mm.
Like they did those two wrong because those actors really did a good job, but I did not like the stories. And again,
Mm.
they took campy fun sci-fi and tried to take themselves way too seriously with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I as much as I like The Walking Dead, I liked Negan, and then it started getting repetitive because he was just over the top. um, okay, Russell
T.
T
Davies.
Davies.
Oh, but Russell T. Davies was the one who was with David Tennant. What the heck? Because those were some of the great episodes. The David Tennant era was like probably the best era. Stephen Moffat. Oh, okay. All right. That's when it got serious, when Moffat came on.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, Moffat's also on Sherlock as well.
Yeah.
Again, not that they're bad writers. It's just they twisted what the show was all about.
Yes.
You cannot make the campy fun sci-fi be too serious. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm going off on a tangent.
Yeah. I keep telling you to watch like Yellow Fever, that show on Supernatural. just watch Yellow Fever.
All right, I'll look for that one. See, I keep trying, slogging through with it.
Yep.
And I feel bad too because everybody loves Supernatural. Why can't I?
Yeah. Well, because the beginning of it is campy horror.
Moffat went Clara-centric. She was an interesting character. I didn't mind Clara as much as other people did. I just thought the tones of the show just started feeling off. And maybe that is a result of going Clara-centric. You could be right there. You know, you can like the characters and not the situations they're in. But yeah, once they started going too serious. And if I remember, Moffat is one of the writers for Sherlock, and the seriousness works.
Yeah, true. Yay.
Yeah, but don't take my word for it. I don't write for any good TV series.
Well, it's tough when you see something that you absolutely love. Change writers and things just go boom, down into the dungeons.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes even with a series that has had the same writers, eventually you just run out of ideas, and the ideas that you do get aren't as great and don't work. And what do you do?
True.
As there are definitely TV shows where you can tell the point that they started falling off, and you're like, you should have just ended it. You should have just stopped while you were ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who thought Supernatural should have ended in season 5 because it was a phenomenal ending there.
Okay.
And the way they ended the actual final show after 15 years was much less what it should have been, but they did the finale during COVID. So they couldn't have
a lot of things.
Yeah, they couldn't have it the way they wanted the ending to be. The way they envisioned it and everything, and even wrote it. So, yeah.
Oh, I need to see Fringe.
Yeah.
But then you have shows like, okay, let's go back to some really campy stuff. The Vampire Diaries.
Yes.
The first couple of seasons of that were great. They were fun. And then they just started going off the rails with it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why did you drag this out so long?
Yep.
And then they also did the spinoff with the originals. Again, interesting premise the first season, and then it just kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder, where I never even finished it. I stopped at some point. I'm like, I can't watch any more of this.
Well, I never finished the Vampire Diaries either.
Okay. See, you get to that point, the
Yeah,
exhaustion point where
yeah,
this is not fun anymore.
yeah. And
You need
and
this
and
freedom.
honestly, I never had that happen with Supernatural.
See, I gotta try.
Mhm.
I gotta try.
Yeah, yeah, I never had that happen with Supernatural. Um, I don't remember having it with Smallville. I watched all 10 seasons of that,
Okay.
but I think that has more to do with eye candy.
Eye
In both
candy, yeah,
cases in
that
both cases, I think the eye candy helped.
I think, yes. I'm trying to think if there's a show that I watched just for the eye candy. Huh.
The Witcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That one does have some fun, like, there's some fun plots in that too, but
Yes, yes,
I don't
yeah.
think there's any specific one I watched just for the eye candy. Oh, wait.
Hey,
Long, long
you
time
wanna say
ago,
hi?
White Collar.
Okay, yep, yep,
I
sorry.
don't think I cared at all about that show, but I did like the actor.
Yes, yes, yes. Beckett came down to say hello.
Aw.
Yeah,
Smallville
yep,
had ups and downs, but never went totally eye roll. Okay.
right,
I don't
right,
remember watching
exactly.
Smallville. White
No?
Collar's coming back.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about too. The sharp blue eyes. Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what you're doing, I'm just gonna watch.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the lure, the sharp blue eyes, that was the lure of Smallville for me.
I'm gonna have to go watch Smallville now. I
Yes.
don't remember watching that one. I remember knowing about the show, but I don't think I actually saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably one of the better Lex Luthors in that. What are you
Okay.
doing? The dog is
I need
sniffing.
stuff to watch anyway, so
Mhm.
I'll
Mhm.
find something good,
Yeah,
and I'll still give
I went to watch
Supernatural a try.
Yellowstone. Yeah, yeah, I went to watch Yellowstone because I thought it was available on Prime.
Uh-huh.
No, you have to pay for each episode. I'm like,
Yeah, and there's
"Well, hold
another
on."
nail in Amazon's coffin. Ads
Yes,
on everything.
yes, it is annoying.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. Well, I mean, ads and sponsors on Facebook
On
for, I
everything.
mean, on everything. You never see the people's stuff that you want to or you're part of,
Uh-huh.
which is an annoying thing. You know, I've gone through and just X'd out of like hundreds of things, and I've gotten it for a couple weeks. I get to see everybody that I really want to see,
Mhm.
and then it starts getting
That
loaded
cycles
up
back.
again. Yep,
I was one of the things that really made me mad because I'm running social media for one of my clients.
yep,
She's got a decent following on
mhm,
Facebook,
mhm,
about, 5,000 or so.
yep,
We post up something like a video,
yep,
and the video averages, we'll say 200 views.
yep,
And then underneath it tells me if I would like it to see 500, it's like $138. I'm like,
right. Why?
"No,
They're my followers. Why?
exactly." Like,
Yep,
no, it should be easily viewable by the people who said they want to view it.
yes,
And
exactly.
and the ridiculousness of $138 for 500 views just made me mad.
Yeah.
Like, no,
It
no.
is ridiculous. It's ridiculous because I'm seeing things from 3 days ago today
Uh-huh.
on it instead of, the most up to date things. And, I follow a lot of people, a lot of groups, and a lot of, pages, but I don't see them as often as I'd like.
Mhm.
And I actually have to go search for my friends if I wanna see what's going on in their lives. And it's like, ugh, it's more of a time suck now.
Yeah, it's annoying, and because I'm trying to run her social media, that's just Facebook. There's
Yeah.
Instagram, there's
Yep.
Twitter,
Yep.
there's, uh, TikTok, there's
Yep.
YouTube. I mean, it's like, this is
Everywhere.
ridiculous. is ridiculous just to get people to see stuff that they should be seeing because they are, by following, they're saying they want to see this stuff.
Right, exactly. But now you have to pay for your
Mhm.
followers to see stuff, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Super annoying. But on that note,
yes,
because we're on YouTube, please like, please follow,
yes,
please share.
exactly.
Because we don't have money to pay for people to see this.
Yes.
And thank you guys for hanging out with us again. We always love seeing you guys.
Yep.
And I don't know what our schedule is, so we're playing it by ear again.
Yep. Next week, we're gonna be at our friend's house, so my husband could do their bathroom. So the 23rd?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
right.
Because my daughter's hosting Thanksgiving this year, we're gonna be basing it off of her schedule.
Okay.
So Thanksgiving may not be Thanksgiving. It may be up to a week early or up to a week late.
Okay. So we will play it by ear.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you guys. We will see you next time.
All right. Take care.